Hey guys, we're back with another video. Today we're using full self-driving as I drive home from one of my friend's houses. And I'm also going to be responding to, oh no, we got geese in the road. I don't think it's going to stop. Oh, it did stop. We're going around the geese. Wow, this was not staged, folks. This was an actual geese crossing that we just encountered. Anyways, so as I was saying, we're going to be talking about, we're going to let the car drive home. Now I'm going to be talking about a comment I received about, aren't I worried about depreciation on my car? So I have a few reasons why I'm not worried about it. And we make a nice turn there and we're on our way. So the first reason I'm not worried about depreciation when I just bought this expensive car is one, this is a 2021 Tesla Model 3. And what that means is, yeah, the car does depreciate in value. The first 2 years, it does most of its depreciating in value. And then, of course, once you buy it and take it off a lot, it does decrease. But I'm not too concerned about that, just because it did do most of its depreciation already. And it seems like over the last 3-4 years, it's been doing pretty well as a 2021 Model 3. So that's the first reason. The second reason I'm not concerned about depreciation is I didn't buy this car because I wanted to hold its value. If I wanted to buy a car that held its value, I would buy something like a Corvette, Lamborghini, Ferrari, something that can actually hold its value and maybe even appreciate. But I got this car as my daily driver, and it will be able to drive me to and from work, and I won't touch the steering wheel at all, which is another point I'll talk about in a minute. But I didn't buy this as an investment opportunity. I bought this so it can drive me from point A to point B. So the third reason, as I already kind of hinted at, is I bought this so I have to do less. So on my way home from work, I just put this car in full self-driving and I sit here and just relax. I still obviously look around and occasionally view the cars passing, but for the most part, I just have to sit here and think about how my day went, what I'm planning on doing when I get home. So that's the third reason. Now the fourth reason I'm not concerned about depreciation is right now Teslas are probably at the all-time low when it comes to their value, and that's just because of all the politics surrounding Teslas. So for right now, I feel like many people are selling their Teslas to avoid having a bad rap with Tesla and Elon Musk. But I believe now that Elon Musk has announced he's stepping back from working in politics and he's just going back to working at Tesla, I think the value of Teslas will increase, and hopefully now that he's back, values increase and he'll be able to push out the full self-driving to all cars, and maybe eventually I'll be able to start using my Tesla as a robo-taxi, which I can talk about in another video. But with me using my car as a robo-taxi, I could actually get paid while just having my car sit around and not do anything, which sounds pretty great, and in that case would be an investment. And if I can get paid for my car being used, in theory the value of my car should also increase. So that's kind of why I'm not too concerned about depreciation when purchasing this car. And now we're just going to talk a little bit about the drive home here. So back there we saw the car waited patiently for a green arrow and then it was able to make its turn. And now we're approaching another intersection up here. Now this intersection can be a little tricky because it has you drive off to the right instead of just going straight like most intersections do. But we can see on the screen that it's already able to differentiate because this right lane does end. And it does perfectly. And very nicely done. I think that's almost better than some human drivers. So far we've had 0 disengagements, and I don't anticipate us having any more engagements just because it's a pretty simple drive from here to get to my house. But we'll see, maybe something happens where I'll have to take over if the car doesn't see it. So far we've had a pretty simple drive here. I'm still very impressed. Oh, look at that. There's a nice Tesla Model 3 there with a nice carbon fiber hood and wrapped in green. I really like that. Anyways, as I was saying, I think so far the most impressive thing I've seen on this drive is the Tesla being able to recognize those geese and those baby geese there and be able to actually go around them. I think that was really impressive and shows that the Teslas really are learning from how other human drivers would actually react in that situation. It would have been interesting to see if there was a car coming, if the car would have waited, or what the car would have done if the geese were there. My guess is the car would have waited and then went around the geese as you would have expected. But because it's a 2021 Tesla Model 3, it does not have that camera in front, so it might not have seen the geese if the geese had gotten too close to the car, which is something you got to think about when thinking about the future of full self-driving for Teslas.